Yes, people, what is happening? Massive game this weekend that I want to review, and that is Liverpool versus Man United. The two, arguably the biggest and definitely the two most successful clubs in Great Britain, going head to head at Anfield. 4:30 kickoff this Sunday. I'm going and I'm nervous. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. The first time in quite a while, as long as I can remember, going to Anfield to play Man United with a little bit of anxiety in me. I'm honestly, I don't like saying that. I don't like letting my guard down. But yeah, for some reason, Liverpool, we all know, I'm not in the best form at the moment, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, I'm nervous. But let's get into Man United's form. Let's have a look at Man United first. They're a very... The best way I can describe it is they're a yo-yo club at the moment. They literally are. I've got the last 5 games in front of me here. They've won against Sunderland, lost against Brentford, won against Chelsea, lost against Man City, and they beat Burnley. Literally yo-yo. Win, lose, win, lose. That's their last 5 games. Away from home, they haven't won one yet, which bodes well for Liverpool. So they've drawn 1 and they've lost 2 out of their 3 away games. So currently Man United in the Premier League this season, maybe even in all the cup competitions, because obviously they lost to Grimsby as well. Little dig in there, why not? But yeah, they haven't won away from home, I don't think, this season. Well, they haven't won in the Premier League anyway. They currently sit 10th in the Premier League on 10 points. The reason why I'm nervous is because I don't see Man United as a good team. I don't think they are a good team. I think their manager is on the brink of getting sacked, despite what their ownership model have come out and said. I think Jim Radcliffe said quite recently that they want him to be there for another 3 years. Well, yeah, great. We all want as managers to succeed and be there for a long time. But if they're not doing the business, which Amorim clearly is not, I've aired my thoughts on Amorim on previous videos. I think he's an absolute fraud. I don't believe the hype in him. And I don't rate him. And I think the sooner Man United get rid of him, the better it will be for the football club. But for me, being a Liverpool fan, keep him in the job, because as far as I'm concerned, as long as he's there, Man United will never be competing for, I'm not even going to say major honours, European places, because that's what kind of team Man United are at the moment. That's not a dig. Man United are a team that basically are trying to compete for Europe. And when I say Europe, I'm talking Europa League at best. Not even Champions League. Don't get me wrong, they want to be in them Champions League spots, but they're not about that life right now. Let's get into Liverpool. My team, as you can see, the Mighty Reds. Yeah, it's not been great. Not going to lie. The performances... Sorry, should I say the points tally could almost kid you into thinking that the performances have been of a good standard. They haven't. Liverpool have been leaking loads of goals this season. Very, very uncommon, considering how Slot chose to, say, transform Liverpool, because he didn't transform when he came in. He put some tweaks in. Under Klopp, it was more take the risk to get reward. Under Slot, it was you've got a 40-yard pass down the line with a risk. You've got a 10-yard pass inside that's guaranteed. You take the 10-yard pass. He was very less risk, shall we say. But listen, he delivered us number 20. He delivered us that title. So I ain't complaining. But this season, he signed a lot of players, a lot of good players, I think, that will be unbelievable when they settle down. It's just not working. The system's not working. The players just obviously getting used to playing with each other. Yeah, the chemistry's not there. That's the best way I can describe it about Liverpool right now, is the chemistry is not flowing through the club on the pitch. And that shows. Like I say, they've conceded a lot of goals. I think 2 clean sheets out of all their Premier League games so far this season, which is pretty poor if I'm honest, pretty poor. One was against Arsenal, I think one was against Burnley away. Arsenal at home, Burnley away. I think there was Liverpool's 2 clean sheets. Apart from that, they've been conceding quite goals every single game, pretty much. Liverpool's form isn't that great at the moment, so the last few games, they lost to Chelsea, they lost to Palace, and they beat Everton at Anfield. Now, if I'm going to take any confidence in this, it's the fact that Liverpool haven't lost at Anfield yet this season. And I know it's early days, you can't read too much into this, but Man United have not won away from home, and Liverpool haven't lost at home. So the footballing gods are telling me that we're going to take 3 points from this game. But as I say, I'm very nervous. Liverpool just aren't connected at the moment. And do I think Liverpool need to... I heard a lot of fans kind of screaming that we need to kind of go back to basics. We need to go back to the midfield that started, played pretty much all of last season in Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai. I don't personally think so. I think given 2 factors here, and this is what I would do if I was Liverpool. And I think the game's going to be won for Liverpool in that midfield. Because Man United, we know how Man United will set up. He'll play the wing backs. He'll play Bruno Fernandes plus one more, whether it be Casemiro or someone else, in that middle. And that's where Liverpool need to win this game, in that middle of midfield. And then 2 key players for me, or 2 key parts for me. One is Dominic Szoboszlai. Has to play in the middle of the park. You've got Ryan Gravenberch as the pivot, the number 6 if you like, and on the right hand side of him, further up, is Dominic Szoboszlai playing on with Salah and with probably Conor Bradley. He has to play there. I do not want to see Dominic Szoboszlai playing at right back, because he is wasted. He's our best player this season by a million miles. And the thing about Szoboszlai, one of his key attributes, one of his main attributes, is his running power, his engine. He is non-stop. He is like a fucking Duracell bunny with about 50 batteries in. Plug him in and watch him go. He's got to play in that midfield tomorrow. He has to. And the other one for me would play alongside him. I would play Florian Wirtz for 2 reasons. One is Alexis McAllister hasn't had a good season. Honestly, Maka is quality. He is unbelievable as a player. Technically, class. But this season, he's struggled to fucking complete 5-10 yard passes. And I'm not even exaggerating. And any Liverpool fan that watches Liverpool week in, week out will see that McAllister has struggled this season. Apparently, he didn't have the best pre-season. He's kind of still getting up to speed. And also, the second fact is he's been away with Argentina. So, with him being South American, he pretty much flies the furthest of most of Liverpool players who go away on international duty. Therefore, the jet lag, the travelling, all that kind of stuff, the fucking tiredness, however you want to call it, all comes into play here. That's why I think Florian Wirtz has to play in this game. He has to play. And as much as he's not got no goals, he's not got no assists, he's not pulled up any trees, every time I watch him, whenever I go to Anfield this season, and I go to Anfield for every single game, I'm not an armchair fan, I watch him quite closely, because obviously he's a new player. I want to see what he does. I want to see how he changes Liverpool. Technically, you can see, anyone with half a footballing brain, you can see how good this guy is going to be, or is, technically. It just needs to click. He just needs to, all the cogs just need to kind of link in together, and sooner or later, that guy is going to literally be amazing for this club. I have no doubt about that. And I think this could be one of the games for him. He's been away on international duty. He'll have been with friendly faces. He'll have been with people who make him feel good. He might have got that feel-good factor back. He's got a little bit of confidence in him, because obviously there was a lot of noise around him before the international about, the 007, he's not done anything. Fair, quite rightly so. He hadn't done anything. But being around the German national team, being around familiar faces, being around people who can kind of boost his ego, kind of give him that praise, maybe give him a little bit of a kick up the arse as well. I think this could be the turning point for Florian Wirtz. This game could be. And as I say, the way Man United play that midfield, I think he'll have space in there to link up, whether it be Ekitike or Isak up top. Who knows now? Slot's come out in a press conference, I think it was today or yesterday, and basically said that Isak is pretty much 100% now. So wind that motherfucker up and let him go on a Slot, because he's another one. Although yes, he's got a goal in the League Cup against Southampton. We need to see this in the Premier League now. We need to see his form from Newcastle for Liverpool, and whether that be off the bench. Because listen, Hugo Ekitike has quite rightly deserved to keep the shirt. If he does get the nod on Sunday, who knows? But let me know your thoughts, Reds, in the comments below. Who would you be starting, especially in that midfield and especially up top? Are you having Isak? Are you having Ekitike? Are you starting Wirtz? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like the video. I'll catch you in a bit.